And welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan. I am the Kryptonian Collector, and today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Prime 1 Studios Superman with Crypto, based on David Corenswet's role as Superman in the 2025 film. And yeah, I've done a couple of these videos before. Hopefully you like them, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this piece. Now, I've been waiting for it to drop. I actually had a video of just the preview images that I was going to do for you, and I threw that one out because they actually put the thing up for pre-order. So, without further ado, let's take a look. So, I'm just going to go over a few of the photos first off, and then we'll take a look at some of the info. But from what I'm seeing here, especially with this bonus part, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. I do have a few issues with it, but overall, I think it's one that I would consider putting in my collection. So obviously, first up, we have the bonus head sculpt, the Heat Vision head sculpt. Now, he did use the Heat Vision once or twice in the film, including one near the end that was a little more prolonged, but I always am a sucker for these head sculpts, so when I saw this one as the bonus, I figured if I was going to get one, I'd have to get the bonus. Now, I really like the head sculpt the way it is. I've kind of looked at the photos already, and I do have one that is my least favorite, and one that's my favorite. My favorite, unfortunately, is not this one, even though it has the heat vision. But this one is very close off. So we can see it comes with LED, I believe it says, LED illumination. So that is a big hit for me. Now, I know a little bit later on we're going to be talking about when we take a look at some of the aspects of the heat vision, but I'm really hoping this isn't battery powered and that they actually have USB power on this one. Sorry, guys. But right now it's looking really good, except for this little portion right up here. I don't know if it's me, but that just does not look good. It looks like bubbled paint almost. So I'm really hoping that that's just skin texture that wasn't really worked out, because the lower portion and the jaw looks really good for texture wise. The paint apps look really good. You can see, we can see a little bit of that. And another big plus for me is the bonus part comes with its own stand. Now, I do have 2 to 3 Prime 1 Studios pieces already in the base in my fortress, and the bases they don't actually come with. So the head sculpts are just sitting as they are next to it. I have a really big issue with not having them, but it's easier to keep them out with the statue than it is to put it back in the box and rip it all apart to try to get it back. So I'm a very big fan of the head sculpt base. So it's really nice to see that one. And let's move on. So here we can see the whole piece with the base. So the base is going to be the fortress. And one thing, if you guys go back to my video about the review of Superman, was I really liked this version of the Fortress of Solitude. That's not to say I didn't like the one from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, but this one I really did like. I like everything about just the consistency of the crystals, and it has the perfect reasoning for why people haven't been able to find it. Because in this day and age, if that fortress was up there 24/7, governments would have found it. So yeah, it's really good to see the crystal fortress back, and one that can be hidden easily. Now, this base, I believe, has the LED function or the light up feature for the base. And it really looks like it's lighting up the crystals right here. I'm really hopeful that that is true. And Superman's in a flight pose. Obviously, I think the boot latches in or sets in right here, and possibly right here for Superman, and looks like Crypto right there. The cape does look sculpted, but it looks like there's chrome paint on the piping. I can't really see the texture of the suit yet, but I'm very interested to see that. And as for the trunks, you know what? It's better to have this version, I suppose, than the other kind they could have, the more odd looking ones. So, I mean, I'm still not a big guy into like having Superman has to have the trunks, but I guess it looks all right on this piece and in the movie. So we're going to take a look here. Crypto looks decent. Again, it's really hard to tell from this angle, so we'll have to take a look at some more photos. So let's take a look right up here. So we've seen the head sculpt with the heat vision. Again, this just looks way too whited out. Not enough texture. I know that they have to have enough texture here. They should probably have a little bit more around the heat vision eyes and maybe just fix this up, because I can see where they're going with it, but he looks way too pale other than the eyes. It should be normal texture and then the eyes overly red around. So kind of hoping they fix that. As for the suit, again, chrome paint on the piping. I don't think this is a fabric suit. I'm going to have to read on and just see. But right now, I'm concerned about the texture. I'm really hoping that it was fabric. I know the cape does not look fabric. I think it is actually polystone or part of the statue itself. So we will have to see exactly what is polystone or sculpted and what is fabric. But right now, the whole thing is looking sculpted. So it doesn't look like they used any fabric. Moving on, some great poses. And again, I liked the suit, but I don't know. It could have been done a little bit better. I do like where the cape comes out of the coat, because that is a coat. It's not an actual full-on suit. Well, it is, but it looks more like the coat right here. The shield looks good. But again, let's see. Yep, I can still see it right around here. And it's not too bad, but I really think they have to kind of work on the paint apps right on the forehead here a little bit. From here down, it looks great. The hair looks really good. Just this upper forehead part needs some work. All right, and there's the base again. That's a big bonus. That looks cool there. I think if I got it, I don't know. I've got the other Superman on order, and I know I'm going to be going with the Heat Vision head sculpt with him, so I don't know if I should, if I get this one, have the Heat Vision head sculpt or just the regular when we see it. And again, another shot of the base, and the base looks really good. I like this base. And here is your first look. I think that's it for the bonus features on this piece. But here you can see the actual statue with the other head sculpt. This one is the one I'm probably going to be posing him with, but we will see. Again, they're taking, for some of the promotional images for this thing, they're taking shots right out of the posters and the advertisement for the movie. But our first look at the other head sculpt, and it's hard to see here because of the lighting and the editing they've done on the photo itself. Like, this cape looks fabric almost from here, so that gives me hope that if it is sculpted. This one looks way more sculpted. This one looks like it's got some editing in it, but that piping looks really good. The contrast between the suit and the piping looks really good. But my God, look at that face. I do not like that head sculpt very much. And it suffers from the same issue of the upper forehead. You can see it right here. It looks like it's almost bubbling. And I don't think that's 100%. I think that's just not the right texture for it. Right down along the side of the head and right into here, it looks like an actual person, but this is just issues. And that smile's a little bit awkward. And so you can see him here. This is probably the head sculpt I'll go with for this piece, at least for the time being, but again, we will see. There's the happy face. So here we go. Let's take a look. So it looks like it does come with LED illumination in the base as well. So you've got the Superman shield on the front door of the fortress on the front side of the piece. And on the back side, it has the Kryptonian computer that has all the computerized components. Now, I'd be interested to know if, I'm assuming these three right down here are the light, and that these are just maybe a reflective material in here that will light up when the actual LEDs are on. I guess we'll have to see. But there's the back of the piece right there. And I think Crypto, oh God, Crypto might connect up the back end here. And it comes with, I'm hoping it comes with the base for every head sculpt. Again, because I don't want to dig this thing out if I decide to go with the happy face. I mean, it's not the worst smile ever, but I think of the three, it's not my favorite. I don't know. That nose looks way wider on this one than it does on the regular head sculpt. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think his nose is wider? I guess we'll find out. All right, so here is the head sculpt comparison. So yeah, 100% it's wider. It looks like a different person. Prime 1, if you're seeing this looks like David Corenswet a lot more than this does. But I can kind of see where you're going with it. And the skin texture looks a lot more... it doesn't look as worked on, I suppose. I don't know how to... It looks whited out. This one has more texture. But anyways, looks good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So again, LED illumination, and I would be curious to know if this is actually reflective, because I think it would be really cool if it lights up. Or if the lights actually light it up, which is my guess. I don't think they'd put LED lighting into each panel. Maybe this one, but certainly not these. Because these ones probably just come out here, and yeah. So if it has lighting on this piece, it would be right here. Maybe these ones. But my guess is these three are the lights, and this is where it will illuminate up into the rest of the back of the base. And of course, the front, the S shield, light up just like in the film. Perfect. Again, this head sculpt right here, you can see it's got those issues. But let's take a look at this one. See, it still has that same issue. I think they really have to work on this portion. This all looks really good, though. It looks a lot like David Corenswet. They've almost got that pretty well down. I don't know. Maybe the eyes over just slightly more. I don't know. That would drive me crazy if I was one of them doing that, though. So the hair looks good on all the head sculpts, so bravo. And, you know, Henry Cavill's hair was really good in the films. It was a little bit upsetting, especially for, I think, a lot of these companies, because they got the hair part wrong on so many things that, you know, they might just be pleased that they've only got the one movie right now to go off of, and they can't get this one wrong. But I'm really liking it so far, guys. I'm really liking it. And just seeing this right here, you know, it would probably pair very nicely if you had your case or the movie steel book or a comic signed by maybe the whole cast, which is what I'm trying to do right now. But I think that would really pair with this piece very nicely. And more photos. Here we go. So it's 67 centimeters wide, 46 centimeters in depth, and 95 centimeters high. It is a 1/3 scale. Just going over these photos again. I haven't seen a photo where this cape looks fabric. It looks a little bit up in this area, but it's definitely sculpted. So I think we can just give it to the whole sculpt portion here. Looking here, he's looking to the left pretty well and all. So honestly, if it's looking a little bit to the left. So it is tilted. This image is the base and everything turned slightly to the right. So, and there's that head sculpt again. with the same bubbling on the forehead. So that's going to be a real issue. And with this one, the wide nose and the bubbling on this really need some work. That is the main things that's standing out, and probably why this is my least favorite head sculpt. It's not very good at all right now, other than the hair and the chin. And the back side of the base, again, you want to pose the head sculpts next to it so that when you want to change up the actual Prime 1 piece, you can just swap the head out, put the other one there so other people can see all of the options, and you get to show off a little bit more because they have the base, the actual base for the head sculpt. And once again with this one, the bubbling, that's really the only issue on this one. We've already gone over that one. And they're trying some different things here with some different editing. But overall, guys, this looks really good. I mean, for the Heat Vision head sculpt, maybe there's a little bit something they could do. Let's see. There's the regular one. Again, we've talked about it. But this is the one I'm right now probably going to be putting on it for the majority with the Heat Vision head sculpt secondary. Also, the texturing on this suit, I'm not 100% sure. The texturing does look, I think it's almost 100% it's sculpted. And I really think it makes it look a little more cheap than if it was actually fabric or a different material on top. Like, you could still have the sculpted cape, but have this actually material. And I think it would look way better. I like the paint on the gloss parts here, but it really doesn't look like it's actually fabric. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I really do believe it's sculpted. And for this one, again, this only has two issues. The same issue of all three, and I think the heat vision around the eyes needs to be a little deeper. And this has to be kind of toned a bit. So, yeah. I'm really liking the heat vision head sculpt. That's my secondary, and I'd probably put that in. Again, hoping for USB connection and not battery. More promo photos. It looks so good in that photo. I gotta say it. It looks probably the most like David Corenswet right there. Except for that portion. I've missed the part where his forehead did that. But right here, you can definitely see the texture, and I think they've nailed it. Going through. So if you're looking down, I don't know. This looks like he's looking up, but I don't think he is. I think it's just looking straight. So there we go. And yep, that is definitely a background from one of their promotional images, and they are just kind of redoing those with the statue in its place. But we're just gonna kind of rush through some of these. Like, it looks good from this angle. I really like the head sculpt, but again, that nose still looks big here. I can't see that bubbling on that, so this angle really looks good. I really like the way the head sculpt looks right now. And now I know there's a lot of people that aren't going to like this one. Some won't like it because of the movie, but you know what? He played Superman, and, you know, it's still a really cool suit. I think that the trunks, again, are a little much, but Superman does have trunks, especially Golden Age, and I love Golden Age Superman, so. I like that it's a little bit darker coat here, or looks like. I hope it doesn't come in. I know my colored suit, Henry Cavill, the first 1/3 scale I got was the colored suit from Justice League, the original Justice League movie, the butchered one. And the suit in it was it just looked terrible. The coloring on it was really bad. It wasn't the deep blue that I really wanted. So I'm really hoping, I do have the other one on order, and I'm really hoping that it comes in with the correct tone. Now, the black suit Superman 1/3 scale piece came in with the perfect looking suit, so I do have hope. But we're taking a look here, so I'm really hoping it's not a faded blue or a light baby blue or something. I want that deep, rich blue with even deeper chrome or vibrant blue going down on the piping. So, but we will find out when it does ship. the first photos will be very illuminating, and that will probably be the breaking point for a lot of collectors that have this on order. So Prime One really has to be careful with what they do. If it doesn't have a perfect color on this suit and I order it, it could be the moment that I cancel my order if they don't get the color of the suit and this stuff fixed, because this is just crazy. It looks bubbling. It's like the paint's bubbling off the sculpt. But again, the head sculpt looks good. The capes don't look too bad. I think they need a little work to make them look more like they were fabric. And the suit, as long as they get the coloring right, we're good. So if it's that tone when it gets here, I won't be a happy camper. This tone, I'll be a lot more happy. Or this tone here. This is the color scheme I want. Not this. This. So here's hoping. But it looks good, especially from this angle. This will be the head sculpt that I'm going to go with. This one I'll be going with most time. This one is just, again, needs some work. And I mean, you could say he's flaring his nostrils, but come on now. All right. Well, guys, that is it. Looks good. I'm really liking the way the ice comes through. I'm really hoping, too, just looking at this image, this looks like it's obviously painted on for the snow effect, but I'm really hoping the clear acrylic or whatever stone they're using, I'm really hoping the light shines through the Fortress Crystal, because I think that would just make it look way cool, like, in the dark. But we will see when it is released. If I get it, I'll do a review, obviously. And this one we will see as well, but I do believe this is probably just going to be reflective material. But who knows? And I'm hoping that, again, these lights help illuminate some of this crystal, because I think the light going through some of the crystal will just give this thing a presence on your shelf. Looks good. All right, so let's take a look here. So it's an edition size of 450. It retails for $1,399 US. It's expected to ship February 27 to May of 27, so it's a little over a year away. About a year and 4 months away, 5 months away, so about a year and a half, let's say. So here's a little write-up on it. From the groundbreaking super action entertainment that marks the dawn of the new DC universe, Superman and Krypto joins the real elite mastermind. So, his loyal superdog, his Blueberry Cafe. So the base draws inspiration from the Fortress of Solitude, no S word, recreated with ethereal colors and crystalline forms. Again, I'm hoping the light does hit those crystals to make it all kind of glow. Enjoy the warm illumination of the LED unit, which radiates a light reminiscent of a yellow sun. Yes, and again, I've already kind of covered that. The Heat Vision portrait is an exclusive bonus feature available only in this version. His ultimate ability recreated with LED illumination. Awesome. I'm going to be going with this version. All right. So here's the specifications. Superman themed base, 2 swappable heads, serious and smiling. Again, I could do without the smiling until they fix the nose. And the bubbling has to be fixed, or the look of bubbling. 1 headstand. Oh, that's kind of upsetting. Unless it comes with... Okay, we'll see here. 1 headstand comes with it. LED illumination, heat vision base. 1 swappable head, heat vision, bonus part. 1 headstand, bonus part. Okay, so it comes with 2 headstands, so you can put your smiling and your heat vision, or your regular and your smiling, depending on which one you're doing. So you'll have 2 bases with it. So all 3 are covered. You don't have to leave them in the box. LED power supply method to be determined. And I figured that, and prepare batteries. cables are the necessary. So I'm really hoping it's cable, USB cables, and not batteries. Batteries are just terrible. They leak. And although there's no cable management needed, I would rather have a steady power source than one that I have to worry about in my collectible. All right. And I know there's some batteries that you can actually get packs that will go in and you can wire it up, but I think it's just smarter for them just to do the USB cables and leave us to get it all sorted with how we're going to get it powered or wired up so that it will work and not worry about how long ago did I put those batteries in. So prototype is shown. Product details could change. I'm really hoping for the better. Please note the final specifications may differ. So they're probably going to keep it very close, but that's always a possibility. The size up to 10% in weight from 10 kg may change. Again, same as that. So there's all the details, and then here we are right at the bottom, just watching it rotate. So I'm really thinking about picking this one up, guys. I'm really thinking about putting the pre-order in. So let's go and take a look and just see exactly what we'd get with this thing if we happened to order it. Guys, so let's check out just to see, or just pretend to check out. I'm not really pulling the trigger on this thing just yet, but let's take a look. So this is with the economy shipping, 1 to 3 months after final payment. So the final payment will come out, the shipping charge, and that's it. So after your first payment, which is $139.90 US, you'll owe the $1,468.10. Now, I think I've only done standard shipping once, and it was because it was my first time ever ordering, and I was just kind of being ridiculous. And that hurt me. So this one is 1 to 3 weeks once the final payment is paid, and that brings it up $600 US. Now, you could get 1 to 2 Hot Toys figures for that. If you're a US citizen, you can almost get 3. So I think I'm going to keep the 1 to 3 months. The first ever piece I ordered, the first Henry Cavill from the Justice League, I did do the stupid standard shipping, but it's coming from Japan after all. So we'll give it 1 to 3 months, and it will get here. So this is going to be the price. If I was ordering it right now, this is the way I'd do it. Except, I'd use points. I think I actually have some reward points that I can put towards it. Not a lot, but you know what? I so rarely order from this. I've actually got one. I've only ever ordered 3 or 4 Prime 1 pieces. So by the time I'm ready to order the other, I never have the points. So if I have points and I order this, I may as well use them and not save them because they do expire. But the next option is to add effects. Now, the effects are kind of dependent upon the artist applying it. So with Superman, I don't think he really needs any more blood paint effects. It doesn't really go with this piece. And then Snow, we could put Snow, but again, it's $500. You could get a couple Hot Toys figures for that, or get that comic book you've been looking for, or what have you. And it says here, the technique used to apply effects is painting only, no additional parts. And the worst part about this is you pay $500, you don't like the effects, you can't return the piece. Once you apply these, it is non-refundable. So I'd keep none selected and keep going. Now, part of me thinks that, if you want, you can select any one of these numbers. So say I wanted to only do 5. So the first payment would come out in November, a full year after I place the order. And it would be $315.78 US. So that's actually not terrible. It could be worse. But you know what? If you're always collecting and such, you can always go 7 payments. It's $209.85. Not bad. This is one I might consider. It doesn't start up way soon. Plus, I have a couple other things, including my other Henry Cavill Superman Prime 1 piece on order, so I want to get that one out of the way before another charge starts hitting my credit card. And then on shipment, it's going to be double. So that's one other thing you have to kind of keep in mind. So on your final payment, you might want to throw a few dollars aside. So say January, this payment comes off. Whoa, that's a lot of payment. Say this payment comes off, and then you have nothing until March or May. And then all of a sudden, all this comes off. Maybe in February, you put $100 away. Maybe $100 in March. And then when this charge comes out, you only have to worry about one $200 charge instead of two, because you've already got the money saved up. Or if you have the money, just toss it all on. Now, the final one, which this is kind of the one that might make sense for most maybe Canadian collectors, because for us, $157.39 is a lot of money for us, because it's about 225, 230 Canadian dollars. So if you're a Canadian citizen, maybe this is the way you want to go, and who knows. And then you can always use your points. I have 2,000 usable points. It's, I think, $20 worth of credit. Maybe I'll use it. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that is the information on this piece. So find out what works for you. Change the payment status. And the one thing I'm actually noticing right now that I do want to bring up, on Sideshow's website, I just noticed today in some group chats, there is a tariff payment coming out. If you have it in the cart, go put it in your cart. You can see a tariff payment. I don't know if it applies to any of the Prime 1 pieces yet, or if it will, but just keep that in mind. And if you are in the US, you may want to, I don't know. If you're in the US, I don't think you can avoid it. But if you're in Canada and you usually go through Sideshow for your Prime 1 pieces, maybe this one, go through Prime 1 and cut out the tariff fee. Anyways, guys, I'll be back with my final thoughts in just one moment. Guys, so that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Let me know down below, are you guys going to pick up this piece? Are you going to skip on it? Again, please let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like rating, subscribe to my channel for more great content, and I will be back with you guys very soon in the Fortress for a brand new video, and who knows, maybe come 2027, even an unboxing of this bad boy. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.